Welcome to the penthouse of poetry.
There are moments in literary history when the veil between worlds thin, usually because someone left a door open after a long night. When the ink of one century bleeds into the pulse of another. When a poet long dead reaches through the ether, selects a vessel and whispers a verse that was never meant for mortal throats or for the radio play. And so we arrive here, not as a composition, not as a performance, but as a possession. The kind of possession that would make even the Vatican say, "Now, hold on, let's get a second opinion." Listen closely to the opening invocation, the hunger, the urgency, the chant of more, more, more. This is not the language of the average poet. This is the inverted heartbeat of Edgar Allan Poe himself. The man who once condemned us to nevermore, now resurrected in a blaze of neon to demand the opposite. A bold pivot, considering the man couldn't pivot out of a depressive episode. Understand, Poe's nevermore was a tombstone, a finality, a door slammed shut by a raven who frankly had better boundaries than most of us. But here, in the modern ritual, the refrain becomes a vortex, a spiraling hunger, a cosmic craving that refuses to be satisfied, much like the songwriter's hair. This is not our poet rejecting Poe. This is Poe evolving, transmuting, shedding the velvet gloom of the 19th century and re-emerging in the electric delirium of the 20th. The raven has not flown away. It has simply traded feathers for leather. A lateral move, but stylish. Consider the cadence, the repetition, the syntactic loops that mimic the onset of madness. This is Poe's metrical fingerprint. Unmistakable, undeniable, but now wired in a secular world that no longer believes in ghosts, and so the haunting must come from within. It's cheaper that way. In past episodes, we have dissected, deconstructed, and occasionally eviscerated the poets of our age. We have held them to impossible standards, the standards of the gods. And then came William. He did not imitate Poe. He did not parody Poe. He did not challenge Poe. He channeled Poe. He became the inkwell. He became the quill. He became the trembling hand that wrote the verse, which is impressive, considering the man also had to maintain that hair. William Broad and Edgar Allan Poe are not two poets. They are one voice separated by centuries, reunited in a single incandescent moment of possession. And for this, for the act of literary resurrection, Billy Idol is granted permanent residency in the penthouse of poetry, whether he wants it or not. We are better people to have survived the time when this miracle occurred. Poetry.